Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will be showing you how you can use Kubernetes with NextJS, Postgres, and we will be using persistent volume claim in this particular tutorial. In the previous tutorial of NextJS, Kubernetes and Postgres, I was not using persistent volume claim. In this tutorial we will be using it. So what is persistent volume claim? Basically, suppose I'm using Postgres version 16, okay, then I have some data in my Postgres database. I decided to upgrade to Postgres version 17 or 18. Then whenever I upgrade, the data should not get lost, so that's why we use persistent volume claim. So let's go step by step. First I'll show you the code which I have added inside my NextJS application. I'm using NextJS 16, so I have just created one simple NextJS application. I'll just minimize everything for now, and let me just run the application just to show it to you first. What exactly are we doing? It's a simple kind of a create and read application. Okay, so let's just wait for it to come online. I'll just refresh. So currently I'm running it on my local dev server, right? So when I'm running it on my local dev, I am connecting to a Postgres instance for which I'm using NeonDB. So NeonDB is a website which provides free Postgres database, so that's what I have connected to. But in Kubernetes we will using Postgres from Docker Compose or Docker Hub, sorry. So here you can see I have already this user email IDs, and I can just add maybe ddd at gmail.com. You don't need to use NeonDB. You can maybe, like, if you feel like if you want to install Postgres database locally on your system, you can do that as well. I don't want to do that, that's why I have using NeonDB. Again, this is not a sponsor video of NeonDB. So here you can see it has added this particular email. So yeah, that's all there is. If I try to refresh, I still get all the users as well. So yeah, here you can see. Now I want to tell you one thing, like some people recommend that you don't like in this particular tutorial I'm using NeonDB as a service for my local dev setup, right? So some people said that don't use database with Kubernetes, maybe you can use NeonDB or AWS, let them handle the database part. So typically I would go with that particular approach, but I have seen a lot of people saying that no, you should use like create your own database instance in Kubernetes as well and manage yourself. So you'll have to choose what suits you. So yeah, just giving you guys a heads up. So first let me quickly explain the NextJS code. So first I have just installed this dependencies called pg as well as type/pg. Then I just go to app. Inside lib I have created this db.ts folder, and inside this .env file I can't show you this Postgres URL because this is from my NeonDB. So you need to create a environment variables inside .env file called Postgres URL and give it your proper connection string. So this is the boilerplate code for connecting to a Postgres database. Then inside types I have created this particular user as well. I have created the user table inside my Postgres database as well. So if you want to see that query, you can create a user table by running this particular command. So this is the command which I'm using. Okay, so I'll just minimize this so that you can see it fully. Alright, so yeah, this is the command. Next, inside API I have created a user. This is the route handler. So this is the get function for getting all users. This is the post function for creating a user. That's it. Then I have created one component in which we have this form. Now typically you should not use something like this. You should use something called server actions, but this tutorial is not about server actions, so that's why I have taken the shortcut. So I have one state for name, one state for email, and once the form is submit, we just call this fetch call and we make this both as empty. Then we do router.refresh, and this is the form. Alright, then you just go to page.tsx and you can use it like this. So first I've wrapped this inside suspense, our user list. Alright, and this is the get users function which we are calling over here. That's it. And here we have the create user form as well, which is outside the suspense block. So yeah, that's it on the code side. Now let's go to the Docker side. Also Inside the .env I have added one more thing, which is the base URL, right? So if you see over here, we require the base URL. So for local dev, the base URL is localhost http://localhost 3000. So make sure you add that as well, because the base URL will be will differ for Kubernetes. Then I have created this docker ignore file, in which we are ignoring node modules as well as k8s folder. I'll come back to the k8s folder later on. Then here is our docker file. Okay, now we are dockerizing this particular application, Next.js application, as a standalone thing. So you need to go to next.config.ts and you need to add this output standalone as well. Then go to docker file, and here you can see I am using this node 25 working directories app, copying the package.json file, running npm install, then copying rest of the files, running npm run build. Then here again creating a working directory for production environment, copying rest of these files which are created inside the .next folder, exposing port 3000 and running our application. Now I have already logged in inside Docker. So if you are not logged in via Docker, you need to first create a profile on Docker Hub. Once you have registered, you can just do Docker login. I am using Docker Desktop, and on Docker Desktop I have also enabled Kubernetes. So I'm not using Minikube, I'm using Docker Desktop Kubernetes, which may be behind the scene might be using Minikube. Alright, then you just need to push this image. Okay, so here is my command. I keep forgetting the command, so I'll just change this command because I already have this particular image been pushed. So I'll just change it slightly. Give me a second, need to come over here as well and push it. Okay, so let's come over here. So here docker build -t, this should be your own username. My username will not work for you. This should be the name, and here I'm passing version as v1. Okay, and don't forget the dot at the very end. So I already have Docker Desktop running. I can just shut down this and I'll run this. Okay, so this will push, like this will first build the image for us. In the meantime, let's go to the k8s folder, and here you can see first you need to create a deployment.yaml file, and here we have again this is boilerplate code. So define the API version, kind, metadata, spec, replicas, whatever you want, selector, match labels, app next.js template. Again, this make sure these names are same, this container name, label app, as well as match label app. And here inside name and image we just pass next Postgres app with PVC. Again, make sure this name matches with whatever you are building over here, and again the username should be your own username. And here we are fetching some secrets from next.js-secret as well, which I have defined a secret.yaml file for. Basically this will contain the environment variables. Okay, so here you can see it has built properly. Now we'll just push it as well, so that we don't waste time, because the pushing part takes a bit of time. Again, like I said, I have already logged in using docker login command, so you'll have to do that as well. Then let's go to secret.yaml, and here you can see we have defined an API version, kind, secret, metadata, type opaque, string data. Here we have defined base URL. This is the Postgres user, Postgres password, Postgres DB. This can be anything inside your Kubernetes, and here we have created this Postgres URL as well. Don't try to like concatenate or use this variable inside over here. This is not how things work inside YAML file. All right, then just goes to postgres.yaml, and let's quickly go through this. So here, before that, I'll just quickly go through service.yaml. So this is for our Next.js application. So again, API version v1, kind, service, metadata, name. Now this selector app should match with what we have defined over here, as well as over here. Typically I think it should match with this, but I have kept the name same just to avoid confusion, because I get confused what it should match with. That's why I have named everything as same. So this should be the same what we have defined inside deployment.yaml, and here is our port, target port, protocol. That's all. Then inside host we have created this for persistent volume claim. So again, this is boilerplate code. So this is our persistent volume. Storage is 1 GB, file system read write once. Okay, and this is the directory or create, and this is the persistent volume claim. That's what I have defined. Host-pvc, host-pv, storage class name standard, storage is 1 GB, access mode is read write once. Then go to postgres.yaml. Okay, so here let's see. Okay, so our image has been pushed. So here we have defined again an API version, kind, deployment, metadata name, Postgres. Make sure you always keep the replica as one for your database. Do not make it more than one. You can make it more than one for your NextJS app by going to deployment.yaml. Then here is our match label, metadata name label app, then spec container. Here is our Postgres app, and this is the image which I am using, Postgres 18 Alpine. Here is the volume mount, so this is the persistent volume claim, and here is our ports, container port. Okay, and here is our Postgres user. Then here is our Postgres password. This is the Postgres DB, and again this is the PG data which is required for persistent volume claim. And here we are referencing the host Postgres volume which we have defined inside over here, I guess over here, I think. Hold on. So this we have defined over here, sorry, and here we are referencing, sorry, this particular part. Okay, so make sure the names are same. Then here again we have API version v1, kind is service, metadata, this is the metadata name. So here we are referencing the Postgres dash app which we have created over here, I think. Where is it? Host dash pvc, right? Sorry, we are referencing over here host dash pvc. This is just a normal service file. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Now all you need to do is do note that we have still not created the table inside our Postgres database. We need to create it. So first we'll apply this kubectl apply dash f. So it will create all the Kubernetes configuration. Then you can check on what port our application is running by running this particular command. Okay, so here you can see 31611. So let's come over here, I'll paste it over here. Okay, localhost colon. So here you can see I'm getting this error. Now how to debug it? Like I said, we have not created the table. So to debug it, you can just run this one, kubectl get deployments. Okay, and here you can see, okay, this is a little bit weird. I don't understand why is our Postgres app not available. I don't know. Anyways, let's just do this kubectl logs deployment next. I think it should have been available, but here you can see it is showing me this. I don't know why this is the. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just come over here. Typically I just do reset cluster. Sometimes this, because I have tried it previously, things sometimes does not work as expected. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this again. Let's see. Okay, then again I'll have to do kubectl apply dash f k8s. Let's just wait. Okay, so it has created. Let's do get. Okay, both are still not ready. Okay, our NextJS app is ready now. I don't understand why this is not getting ready. So let's just do this. Just get our Postgres dash app, copy this, paste over here. I don't see any logs. let's try to do one thing. Let's just try to create our table. So to create our table, you first need to run this. Not sure if this will work or not, because our Postgres app database error from server does not have a host assigned. Okay, I don't know what this even means. It should have created a. Why is our Postgres data so? Okay, let me quickly debug this and come back to you. Okay guys, so the fix was quite simple. I just downgraded from Postgres 18 to Postgres 16. So at the time of me recording, there is still Postgres 18, as you can see, 18 Alpine as well, but I don't know why is it not working. Maybe some thing related to this persistent volume claim that might have changed. But anyways, I just did kubectl apply -f creates, and then you can just do kubectl get deployment, and here you can see everything is running. Now let's just go to page.tsx again, and first, like I said, let's just get this kubectl. What port is it running on? Is it running a 32067? Okay, so this I need to change. Just copy this and I'll just change it to this, and here you can see we are getting the error. Now if you want to check why we are getting this error, you can basically do something like this. You can first do kubectl get deployment, get your deployment name. I already know it is NextJS deployment. Do something like this, and here you can see users does not exist, sorry. So we need to create a table. So to create a table, you first need to run this command. Okay, once you go into a kind of a shell, then you have to do something like this, where you need to pass your username as well as database name. So I have done this, and here you need to fire the create table command, something like this. Now you just exit by first doing /u and then just type out exit. Alright, then let's try to run it again, and here you can see done. So I can just quickly add one user, abc at gmail.com. I'll just click on create. So here you can see this is the user. So now I think I can upgrade to version 18 if I'm not mistaken. Let's try, because I have tried this before recording. It worked fine for me. So I just need to do kubectl apply -f creates. I'll refresh, and here you can see the user is still maintained. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I personally don't like creating this postgres.yaml file. So typically, if you are like me, you are hosting this database on AWS or something like that. In my case, I'm on NeonDB. So the advantage is you don't require this host-pv.yaml. You can delete this host-pvc.yaml. You can delete this postgres.yaml as well, and all you need to do is inside secret.yaml. You also don't need this 3. Delete it, and here inside of postgres-url you just have to pass the actual connection string of your cloud provider. That's it. According to me, this seems like the much better way, but I have heard things saying that the database cost will reduce and you might be able to do more advanced operations. Again, I don't have much knowledge on this, so yeah, but I feel like if I had the choice, I'll still use cloud providers for this, because I don't want to manage the database myself on Kubernetes. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.